In the vast deserts of California, British and American troops are taking part in a major military exercise designed to prepare them for modern warfare. Facing them is the Black Horse Regiment, a specialist US Army unit that plays the role of the opposing force. Major Alexander Humphreys, who is leading the British contingent, spoke to GB News during the exercise and explained how realistic the training environment is.
The most important thing about NTC is Black Horse Regiment, so 11th Armoured Cavalry Regiment. They are a professional opposing force. They know what our adversaries are going to do inside and out. So what you are facing is a really realistic replication of the enemy's threat. And that's not just ground forces, that is aviation, that is air, but most importantly, probably when we look at modern warfare, that's contests in the electromagnetic spectrum. It now offers probably one of the very best places in the world to train for modern warfare. It's getting technology that could be employed now or in the immediate future into the hands of soldiers and adapting through training how we fight. We know from Ukraine, we've got to put this equipment, we've got to understand and compete in the EMS at the lowest level, at the baseline infantry, cavalry soldier level. And we're putting that into practice here in a way that we can't necessarily replicate as regularly as we'd like to in the United Kingdom.
Units from around the United States and UK have come here to the Mojave Desert to test future technologies which will shape warfare for decades to come.
We're learning lessons from what we've seen in Ukraine because we're realising that we need to see farther, create those areas of opportunity and then be able to strike the enemy faster. So at the moment the brigade are fighting a defensive action over in the east of the area here and we're covering their western flank. So we've got a series of OPs in areas of high ground that overwatch the areas in front of them, because we're assessing whether the enemy is actually going to come round to the west and we're closing the back door to make sure the enemy then don't come round. We'll detect something by ground-based radar or potentially electronic warfare transmissions as well. We'll be able to see what's going on in the electromagnetic spectrum. We can then fly a UAS over to go and confirm that it's there. And then once it's there, we can then either call in a fire mission or call in mortars to then kill the enemy. And we haven't actually put anyone further forward than we're happy to, and we're keeping our people survivable and keeping them on the ground.
This is the moment Black Horse mounted an attack on coalition forces, a clear example of the intensity of the exercise. Spanning rugged mountains and vast desert terrain in an area 8 times the size of Salisbury Plain, Fort Irwin gives British forces the chance to test their capabilities in conditions as close to real-world combat as possible alongside their American counterparts.